Welcome back to Weekly Allowance, where I don't know what I'm doing, and neither should you. So I did it, guys. I ended up picking up this Figma Kirishima. I actually had told myself I wasn't going to get Kirishima, but then I saw that Todoroki and Ochako were sold out, so I felt like I should just go ahead and pick this one up. Kirishima is my favorite character, besides Tamaki. Why not, right? The world is ending anyway. Okay, so yeah, I've never had a Figma before. I didn't really know what to expect. It looks real small, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. It just kind of caught me by surprise how small it looks. The packaging is a little subdued. It's very red. I guess it's very Kirishima. Not too flashy. Promo image of Kirishima on the side. Some photos of some of the stuff he can do in the back. And these are the promotional photos we saw before when he was announced from the very beginning. Some warnings. Some rules, probably. We're gonna break all of them. Choking hazard. Don't eat it. Product contains functional sharp edges or points. I feel like that's what Kirishima is. A functional sharp edge or point. Some would argue he's not even functional. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into this. My X-Acto knife matches the packaging. My Band-Aid matches the packaging too. It's a Charmander. I'm just gonna open from the bottom. That seems to be the way to go. I've gotten a lot of interest in my other My Hero Academia toy reviews. I say a lot, like 2 people. That's good. I'm really grateful for those 2 people. But anyway, I do have more My Hero stuff to review. You're just gonna have to be patient with me while I review some other stuff in between. This is neat. I guess Figmas come with a little pouch to put your accessories in, just like Mezco's do. He came with this little booklet that shows everything he comes with, how to attach the arms, and these little plugs in his arms are shrink-resistant plugs, so they don't warp while you're not using them. Very clever. The Japanese really do think of it all. He's got a package of hands behind him. Come on out. Oh, and a stand. We'll look at that later. I never know if people actually like the part where I'm opening up the toy. My boyfriend said it's annoying to hear the crinkles. I politely disagree. I like the crinkles. I thought it could be some kind of ASMR type situation, but maybe some people don't like it. That's fine. I am not offended. Tell me you don't like noise, you don't like noise. I don't like noise either. That's why I don't go to concerts. And now concerts don't even exist anymore because of coronavirus. He's got this little bit of plastic around his waist that doesn't... Oh! Ow. It's off. Let's go ahead and remove these cork arms. These heads are held in place with tape. You gently pluck them out by their horns. Right off the bat, it's a vast improvement over the McFarlane Kirishima. McFarlane Toys Kirishima was one of the very first reviews I did, and I was not too pleased with it. Of course, this one was much more expensive, so I'm definitely taking that into account, but it's just nicer to look at. It looks more like Kirishima. He doesn't look insane. He comes with a stand that will actually hold him. So in addition to the figure and the stand, you're also getting some hands. You've got a set of relaxed hands, a set of holding something hands. I don't understand why all these Kirishima toys have hands that want to be holding something. What does he hold? He doesn't have a weapon. He's got a pair of tense hands, and you can see the beginnings of his quirk working its way up his hand. And he's got a thumbs up, which is my signature move. Maybe that's why I like Kirishima so much. He's a thumbs up kind of guy. He also comes with 2 quirk effect arms, an extra one of these dealies, and 2 alternate faceplates. Seeing his face disembodied like this drives home how these points of hair are really styled into horns. Which, like, I know he wants to be unique, but he already has, like, shark teeth, so I don't know why he needs to make himself look scarier. His happy face is really cute. I love it when he shows his weird sharp teeth. I mean, in real life it'd probably be kind of horrifying to see someone with these teeth, but in cartoon form it's cute. The angry quirk face is great too. There's a bit of paint to kind of accentuate some of the hardening quirk creeping down into his face. And it's not just paint, there's a slight sculpt there too. Teeth are bared, ready to chomp. Dare I wish for an action figure of Kirishima in his unbreakable form? I can dream, and dreams are free. And the quirk arms look great. The rocky texture is sculpted to be so pronounced that it doesn't really need any extra paint for effect. It does kind of look like a bristly, fleshy hedgehog. Maybe that's why I like Kirishima. He's a hedgehog boy. And of course the figure itself is really great. The sculpt is super clean, nice fold work on the clothes. His costume is still dumb, that can't be helped. His face looks great, it's got a base sculpt and then it looks like the features are tampoed on. And if you look closely, you can see his tiny little baby scar. Little scar baby. Moving on to articulation for the people who care about things like that. Head, left, right. A little up and down, but he's kind of hampered by his chin plate thing here. Still pretty good movement. Some tilt. What's really interesting to me here is how they did the gears on his shoulders. Why does he have gears on his shoulders? His quirk isn't mechanics related. I don't know. Anyway, back on track. It's interesting because if you look through there, these gears are actually held on with a little peg, and so they move with the arm. No danger of them getting in the way or falling off or anything. I think that's pretty cool. And then his little strip of fabric, also stupid, is a sculpt that starts right here and it's attached to the body, loosens up around the side, and is reattached back here. And I'm kind of surprised how easily the joints move. Like I said, I've never had a figma before, so this is kind of all new territory to me. There's not really any resistance. Everything is smooth and fluid. All right, let's look at this arm here. It can arc out pretty far, but then you get left with gaps like that. Yeah, one thing that I have noticed is that the arms do want to come off really easily. I don't know if that's just me being too rough with it. Get back in there. The arm can go all the way up, and once you bend the elbow forward, it's got some rotation. And of course the hands are on a ball joint. They can go wherever hands go. Nice swivel on the chest, some back and forth there too. If you want to have him posing really forward though, you're going to run into this issue where this ball joint shows in the back. I don't think that's much of a problem because most people don't display their action figures facing backwards. I've been really interested in the skirt ever since I saw the promo pics for this thing. The two skirt pieces have little joints of their own under there. And that's so you can move them around, get them out of the way of the legs, give them some dynamic movement. A breeze. Leg movement at the hips is hindered a little bit by the skirt, but I don't think that'll be too big a problem. Thighs rotate. A lot of rotation, actually. Leg goes back to about a flat 90 degrees and not any further. But even if it were to go further, the skirt is kind of in the way. Camouflaged in the detail of his boots is a swivel, standard pin and rocker for foot, and the smallest of toe joints. So I want to give him kind of an attacking stance, so let's see if we can't do that. I'm going to replace one of his arms with this quirk arm, remove the plug. There we go. Then we'll change his face. I'm not really sure how to do that yet, so let's go on an adventure. Okay, that seems easy enough. Something highly unsettling about this. Then in theory, you should be able to just plug in the new one. It's very difficult because I'm having to brace myself against his hair, and his hair is very pointy and very sharp, and honestly a little bit painful. You don't want to hurt your fingies while you're doing this. Oh my god. Okay, we're having some trouble here. I ended up having to attach the faceplate off camera because I had to grab the back of his head by my sweater and shove the faceplate on there with my hands protected by another part of my sweater.
Mabel's not here. She's in Sweater Town.
It was difficult, but we got it done. So yeah, whenever you're doing that, be careful of these pointy hair spikes. They are kind of painful. Even my Pikachu Band-Aid couldn't protect me. For more involved stances, I think you're going to have to use the stand. I mean, that's what it's there for. He stands up on his own when he's just kind of like hanging out, but if you want to do some kind of attack pose or whatever, definitely want him on the stand. The stand is probably strong enough to hold him into other poses, though it is a little top heavy when you arc it out this far. Yeah, that's strong enough to hold his weight. It's a very light figure, so that's no problem. Just make sure it doesn't arc forward too much or he'll just fall over. We saw this before with the arm, but one thing you want to be careful of is these limbs just pop out really easily. Like I was just messing with the leg and there you go. I guess that's why the joints are so smooth, but it is exceedingly simple to just rip off his arms and legs, which is a little troubling. He's like a lizard when you grab it by the tail. Boop. I want to give him a happy face now because ultimately Kirishima is a happy boy, or at least he's pretending to be a happy boy. There's something really sad about that, but also something kind of beautiful. Make sure you push the joint all the way in. There we go. Okay, let's try this face thing again. Maybe I can do it on camera this time. Pop the face off. Look at the disturbing inner machinations of Kirishima's mind, and then pop another one on. Go on. Okay, this one actually went in really easily. We did a good job. So yeah, my first figma, and I'm pretty happy with it. I like it a lot. The joints are a little maybe too smooth, I think. They fall out really easily. That's going to be a problem when you're messing around with it and displaying it in all sorts of different poses, but once they're popped back in, they seem to hold pretty well. I like this one so much more than the McFarlane one. I mean, it's just better. That's all there is to it. It's just better. But like I said in the beginning, it is a lot more expensive. This one is also smaller, so it may not fit in with some of your other action figure sets if you care about keeping the sizes consistent, that sort of thing. I guess that's it for now. Thanks for watching this review of My Hero Academia's Goodest Boy Kirishima. And I'll see you on the next one. I've gotten a lot of interest. Oh, God. Corona.